Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
TV18 Broadcast reported its first quarter earnings today. So let's go across to Latha Venkatesh, who is standing by with the management. Latha, over to you.
We now have the TV18 numbers, in-house numbers, so that's usual disclosures. It's an 11% growth in operating revenue and more than a doubling of operating EBITDA at a consolidated level. And I'm joined by two managing directors from the group, Rahul Joshi, managing director of TV18 and Network18, and Sudhanshu Vats, the managing director of Viacom18. Gentlemen, congratulations on the elevation and thank you very much for joining us. Rahul, for starters, let me start with the news business. You have separately given us this time subscription revenues 10% higher.
That's right.
So does this mean subscription revenues across the board or was it better for the news channels compared to entertainment channels?
You know, a lot of analysts wanted us to report our subscription numbers separately, so we've done that from now on. I think subscription has grown 10% for both news and entertainment. News, on the other hand, you know, if you look at the display advertising and our branded content business, that has almost grown more than 20%. Oh. So at an overall level, we've grown 13%. This quarter has been good. Things seem to be turning around. You know, last 2 years have not been that spectacular for news.
Okay. Yes, actually more than 13. It works to almost 14% in terms of revenues for... you know, this is not the best quarter for us, for television channels, especially news channels. It's the budget months that are very profitable. How do you see FY19 itself? There will be many state elections, and there may not be a budget, it may be a vote on account. Can one extrapolate this 13-14% revenue growth?
Without really getting into specifics, Latha, I think that, I do think that, you know, things seem to be turning around. The overall macro picture is looking good. Markets are on a roll. You know, the numbers being reported by companies. So the overall sentiment is upbeat. And I think this, like you rightly said, would be a good year for news. There are a lot of state elections, general elections next year. So as a run up to that, you can expect some interesting, you know, excitement there. On the other hand, there is no budget this year. So, you know, our fourth quarter is usually very good. So we must keep in mind vote on account is not the same thing as budget. But I think the overall momentum is there, the sentiment is positive, and I'm hopeful, as I said in my last you know, interview to you, that I think we will grow in the high teens. You know, that should be the, you know, trend going forward. But you know, you have to be prepared for any imponderable there.
I'm coming back to you for the digital challenge. What encouraged me about the subscription numbers is, in spite of the digital challenge, subscription has increased. Somebody is willing to pay for the traditional, the legacy channel as well. I'll just come back to you on that. But what about revenues in the entertainment business? Ad revenues first?
Yeah. So, Latha, ad revenue growth for entertainment business, I think, has been a little muted this time. So we've grown at, you know, early teens or low single digit. I would have liked to grow in late teens or maybe early 20s. I think the reason for that is that if you look at our ad revenue, if I break it up into three, our regional portfolio has grown exceedingly well. So that's grown at about 45% plus. So that's very good news. Our kids portfolio and some of our niche channels have grown really well. They've grown in line with what I expected. Our colors portfolio, colors channel this time around has actually not grown. The reason for that is because this is largely phasing. So what happens is we do a lot of large non-fiction tentpole items. And these are usually staggered over each quarter. So these are things like Fear Factor, Khatron Ke Khiladi, and, you know, India's Got Talent, Big Boss and all that. This year around, a lot of them will be bunched up in the second half, in quarter three. All three of them will come. So I think we will make up for that. Because the good news even on colors is that we continue to remain a strong #1 channel in urban India and in prime time. So the channel is performing very well, but our revenue, because of comparators, last year there was a big tentpole. There isn't one this time. So the comparators got a little muted. So that's what has happened.
Well, just for the information of viewers, this time Viacom18 and IndiaCast are integrated with into TV18, and therefore the numbers will not be strictly comparable. But looking at comparable numbers itself, you have got a 10% rise in entertainment revenues.
Yes.
Are you therefore telling me that we should expect better because some of these fictional programs you say are bunched up later?
Yes, yes. So as the year progresses, we should definitely look at strong mid-teens to even high teens kind of growth as we go forward. We are very confident about it because the overall sentiment in market is strong.
Okay. Regional news, you know, there is a negative EBITDA in the regional news, probably because in some spaces you're not still making money in some of the states. There is no question of rationalizing over there, moving out of some states so as to cut losses. That's not on the cards.
News. So regional news, Lata, if you look closely, it's actually quite, the news is quite positive there. We've been able to cut down our losses from 37 crore to 22 crore.
Yes.
So that's been a real...
you won't think of rationalizing.
No, not at all. In fact, the good news is that after a long time, these, analysts have been asking us over the last few quarters that, when do we expect this business to break even? And I think we are truly headed in that direction.
Okay.
I think not only have the losses reduced, we've also been able to grow our viewership share and also our revenues this year. So this quarter, our revenues have been pretty healthy. More than that, if you look at our regional news portfolio, till about 2 years ago, our viewership was just 2% of all television viewing. Today, it's more than 5.5%. So it's a dramatic turnaround, according to me, and I hope to see that reflected in the numbers going forward.
We may be able to break even over there, regional news?
Well, I would not like to say when, but yes, I think we are headed in that direction and we should soon get there.
Okay. Overall, Lata, regional is a very strong space. And I think particularly if you look at, I think for both from the future, but this specific quarter, as I just told you, our ad revenue growth on regional has been very good in entertainment. Our share expansion has been robust. We've added 200 basis points or 2 percentage points on overall consolidated share in regional for Viacom 18. And interestingly, some of our existing channels, which are big channels like Colors Kannada and all that, are beginning to deliver EBITDA, operating EBITDA upwards of 50%. So regional is a very strong
I take your point about Colors Kannada or Colors Gujarati.
Correct.
But you can't say the same of Colors Tamil.
Yeah.
Or, Colors Bangla. I mean, at 5%, will you persist to make it profitable? Or, it's an experiment and one day call it off?
No. Let me first of all say, let me break them up into two. I think Colors Tamil, first of all, is a new entry, which happened towards the end of last quarter. Okay. It is one of the more successful launches in recent time because it crossed 100 GVM. And it has notched up a 5% share in 2 to 3 months. We have strong competitors there, but we are focused on that market. We will continue to grow it. It's a large market. And I think our journey has started very well. Okay. I think on Bangla, we continue to work on, and we've got to, it's a duopoly in that market. But we are confident that with the work which we are doing, there is a lot you will see. Very recently, actually on 16th of July, we've launched Kaun Banega Crorepati in Bangla as well. Okay. So there's a lot of work which we are doing. We are invested in the regional space. Regional has been a star performer for the quarter and has huge potential overall.
I don't take away from overall regional, but 1 or 2 regions like Tamil and Bangla and Oriya, I guess, it's a long haul. Okay, now let me come to the digital piece. Rahul, you see it as a threat or you see it as an opportunity? I mean, when is the money making? Now, of course, I'm treading into Network 18 numbers. But is it beginning to pay for itself?
I clearly see it as an opportunity. I think our linear business is doing well. And our digital last year clocked 22% growth, full year basis. I think this quarter, revenues. This quarter, we've grown revenues 22%. And if you look at our, we have got Money Control, we have First Post, we have News 18. News 18 in May in ComScore is a number 2 site that we have. It is a 2-year-old brand. So news18.com has done exceptionally well. If you look at Money Control, in the last 1 year, it has, on mobile, on our app, the traffic has gone up 3 times. It's again grown more than 20%. I think First Post is, now today the number 4th general news destination in the country. So we have 2 in the top 4, news18.com and First Post. I think we are prepared better than anyone else. Watch out this year. We have 2 big high-profile launches coming up in this space. Okay. So I think we are really well prepared on the digital side. We might even partner Voot, on their OTT platform, so our news could go on Voot.
That definitely is catching up. Entertainment apps for sure. So tell us, give us some colors about Voot.
So the progress there has been very good. First of all, on a revenue front, albeit on a small base, on ad revenue front, we are doubling quarter on quarter. So I think that's fantastic news. But more importantly for me, the gross downloads now, Lata, are over 90 million. We are approaching the 3-digit mark. And monthly actives are in the region of about 35 million. And very, very importantly, like I told you earlier as well, we are the #1 app when it comes to time spent by user per day amongst all premium OTTs. That hovers at around 45 minutes. So our overall performance on digital is good. We are continuing to be bullish on this. As I've said earlier, we are prepared for the digital world. We want to be, platform, screen agnostic, pipe agnostic. And finally, as Rahul was saying, even in entertainment, towards the second half of this year, we are going to expand portfolio. You can look at launches coming up and things which we are doing around.
Oh yes, we will be looking forward, and so will viewers, for more than just shareholder reasons. Thank you very much, Rahul and Sudhanshu, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.